Right then, Gordon Ramsay, I'm talking to you. I have given you more than enough chances. Harrods burger, your beef Wellington, even your fish and chips in Times Square, New York City. Now, here we are in Atlantic City at your very authentic looking British pub and grill. I don't know about you folks, I often pop down my local, the Acropolis. Anyway, this is your last chance, Gordon. Your last chance to impress me and prove you are worth the reputation you have. Now, this is set up to be like a British pub inside apparently, and there should be some British pub classics on the menu. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you translate them over the pond here in Atlantic City. Is it going to be any good? Are you actually finally going to impress me, Gordon? Let's go find out, shall we? Okay folks, I'm in and I'm seated. I've got to say, where I'm sat here with the columns behind me and everything doesn't really look a lot like a British pub. But if you look round behind where I'm looking into, the further you get into it, the darker the wood gets and all that kind of stuff. They've made an effort, it has to be said. Here I have a drinks menu, quite an extensive one. A bunch of cocktails in here. None of them very English. There is a gin and tonic based one. A bunch of wines, a few beers. Again, I don't see much in the way of British beers here. In fact, nothing. Okay. Doesn't matter, because I got myself a Pepsi. I'm driving later, so Pepsi, tap water, I'm good. Okay, main menu. Now, what I will say, looking through this, the starters, soups, sandwiches, sides, not a lot of British options. There's a lot of chicken wings, duck poutine, Caesar salad, tomato and ricotta. Yeah, not a lot of English things, but they do have a potato and leek soup, which comes with haystack potatoes, which I guess are just very thin, what I would call shoestring potatoes, green onion and bacon lardons. So I think I'll try that. It's about as British as I can get from the kind of starter selection. Main course, it's a similar story to be honest. You have got fish and chips, you have got shepherd's pie, but then you have things like pork chop, scampi, but not scampi like scampi and chips, the actual shrimps and stuff in a white wine sauce, very much more of a sort of Mediterranean dish, chicken Milanese. That's not very British, is it? So I think what I'm probably going to do, we're going to keep it as traditional as possible with that potato and leek soup, and we'll go with the shepherd's pie. Gordon, like I said, this is one of your final chances. I've not been very happy with what you've offered me so far, and some of it's been a lot more expensive than this. Actually, I'll mention the prices to you while we're here. The soup is $13.99 US, so that's about £10. The shepherd's pie, $27.99 US, so that's about £20, I guess. You know, is that expensive for a shepherd's pie? I guess. But you are in a casino in the States, so you probably expect to pay a little bit more. Anyway, I'm going to get that food ordered, and we'll see how it is when it comes out. Fingers crossed. I'd like to get to be friends with Gordon. Come on, mate. Cook me something decent. My leek and potato soup has arrived very quickly, worryingly quickly. Within 5 minutes of me ordering. It looks okay though, not the biggest portion and not the hottest bowl. I think it's been poured into a cold bowl and it's just the soup warming it up. I like this spoon, it's got a good weight to it. Might take it home with me. Only joking, Gordon. I know you're a bit touchy at the moment about people nicking things from your restaurant. All those little cats going missing from Lucky Cat. Right, so what do we have here? We have a few of these little shoestring fry things on the top. Very crispy. We have the green onion, which is basically the tops of a spring onion or scallion. A little bit of oil on there, the bacon lardons, and the soup itself. Which is interesting actually, because I think it's two soups. So let me twist this around and I'll show you from the other side here. Now, the top of the soup is white. And as you dig underneath, it's green. So I wonder whether there's a leek soup and then a potato soup. Okay, here we go. In fairness, there's no way to try this to just get the green one. The combination of both flavours there is quite nice. I'm going to see if I can just get a little bit of this white from the top. So that is just potato. So that is clear to me that it's actually two individual soups put into the same bowl. Right. We're not mucking about with that. This is a leek and potato soup after all. Let's get it mixed all together. Get the bacon in there. What is slightly strange is I think that's a chili oil. Because there is just something in there with a little chili spice. That's interesting. You know what? I mean, it's nothing I would consider having with a leek and potato soup at home. But it does kind of work. The consistency is really nice. It's just thick enough, as you can see there. It's not runny. No lumps in it at all. Those little shoestring fries bring a tiny little texture time to time. As does the bacon, and the bacon actually imparts quite a strong smoky flavour. I don't know, Gordon, I think you've actually impressed me. It's not what I would expect from a leek and potato soup, but then top chefs always put twists on things, don't they? And I think in this case, the twists really work. Well, that was certainly very interesting, and I've got a little chilli tingle around my tongue and my lips from that chilli oil. It's quite punchy as you get through the soup. Not unpleasant though. Very different, but actually works. I think that's about a 4 out of 5 soup for me. Not bad. Right guys, shepherd's pie is here. And interestingly, the plate is hot here. Now what that suggests to me is this whole thing has been put under a grill to brown the top. I don't know if you can see on the top there. So whether that's actually been baked in the oven or not, I'm not entirely sure. But we will give it the benefit of the doubt. Now, a couple of things to mention. Nice linen napkins. So that's a nice touch. Also the other thing, and this is similar to a lot of Gordon Ramsay places, no salt and pepper on the table. So let's hope this is seasoned correctly. Again, I've got another one of these nice spoons. Probably easier to go in with a spoon than the knife and fork. It is nice cutlery. I wonder how much of that goes Walkabout Gordon. Right. Starting to cool down a touch now. Now, what I will say, it does look nicely browned on the top. It does. The mash looks a good colour and looks a good consistency. Obviously, we'll find out as we dig in. And you have got those sort of telltale signs of the filling oozing up the side. So perhaps it has been in an oven. So, only one thing to do is dive in. Now, I'm not going to dive too deep in, because like I say, I think this is going to be really hot. The mash does look lovely and smooth. How hot is this going to be? Not too bad. I'm just going to get some of this mash by itself. Let me bring that in so you can see here. Really very smooth consistency. It's buttery. It is seasoned, more with salt than with pepper. Do you know what? That's actually really good mash. God, I think me and you are becoming mates again. It really is smooth. It's tasty. And the little charred bits on the top just add a nice little flavour. Now, we're going to get down into the filling here. And unusually for the States, where they think a shepherd's pie is made with beef, this one is made with lamb. Why a shepherd's pie would be made with beef? What, is a shepherd herding cows around? I don't think so. In here, we have peas, we have carrots, it looks like celery, little pieces of lamb. Mint. All in what I'm going to say is a really tasty gravy. Let's bring this in a bit closer so you can maybe see that too. I'm making a mess on the table now. The vegetables are very well cooked. They're properly cooked through. The pieces of lamb are quite small, but then you expect that in a shepherd's pie. It's kind of made with minced lamb, isn't it? But it's not just mince. It's very, very finely diced lamb. So you do get little bits of that texture. You really have surprised me here, Gordon. After a disaster of my recent experience at your British fish and chip place in Times Square, I was a bit nervous about this, your American approximation of British dishes. Well, this is blooming good. As I dig further down into this pie, you can see here, I'm finding bigger chunks of meat in there as well. Look at that. A really good chunk of lamb there. That's impressive. Oh, look at all that goodness there. And it's really tasty. Really, really tasty. So I'm surprised again, Gordon. That shepherd's pie. Again, I think that's about a 4 out of 5 shepherd's pie for me. Really enjoyed it. The one thing I would say, as I was getting through and mixing it in, because the mash was so buttery, it kind of just mushed into the sauce a little bit. But the flavour was there. 4 out of 5 for that. We're on the right track here, Mr. Ramsay. Just chatting with the waiter as he came to clear the shepherd's pie away. Asked me if I wanted any dessert, coffee, that kind of thing. I know they have a sticky toffee pudding on the menu here. I haven't had one for a while. I've been trying to avoid them. And I'm going to give this one a go. Let's hope it's good, Gordon. You're doing well so far. Okay then, folks. Sticky toffee pudding time now. What I will say, this looks very much like one that's been pre-made, maybe even off-site. It's very, very regular. The sauce is a very blonde colour, isn't it? Most unusual for a sticky toffee pudding. It looks more like a caramel sauce to me. Interesting. Anyway, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So that's what we're going to do. We have the ice cream on the top. Not a very strong flavoured ice cream. Not much pronounced vanilla flavour in it. There's no like vanilla seeds or anything running through it, which you kind of expect to see when you come to a proper restaurant. Do you know what I mean? And 1 or 2 little ice crystals in there too, which suggests to me that at some point this may have been defrosted a little bit and refrozen. We're going to move into the sticky toffee pudding itself. I'm going to open this up and take a look inside. So, can I get this up to the camera? We will try. Here we go. A nice sponge consistency there. Looks reasonably light. Let's tuck into it and see. It is. It's not heavy at all. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. I would say, though, it does have the feel of a microwave pudding. There's nothing in there texturally in the pudding. There's no dates, there's no walnuts or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, it's not unpleasant in any way, but it's not lifting me up with excitement. Try this sauce. Interesting. I would say that's more butterscotch than toffee. Let's see how it marries up with the sponge. It's okay. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about. This is $15. What's that? £11 or something like that? Now for that, I mean, you do perhaps expect a little bit better than what I believe to be a microwave sponge pudding. It's okay. It's okay. The ice cream's a bit of a letdown. Won't stop me finishing it though. Okay, Gordon, not the best dessert I've ever had. I mean, I'd say that's no better than 2.5 out of 5 kind of pudding. But overall, you're definitely scoring better than you have done recently with me. Let's get the check or the bill and talk about it some more. Okay then, folks, I have the bill here. So, the Pepsi, $5.50. The leek and potato soup, $13.99. The shepherd's pie, $27.99. And the sticky toffee pudding, $14.99. Of course, that's US dollars, not sterling. That gives me a subtotal of $62.47. Of course, that's subject to sales tax here and tips. So that takes it pretty much up to about 80 bucks, so I guess, by the time I paid the tip. I've got to say, I'm reasonably impressed. As I explained, as I was going through the video, I think the soup was a 4 out of 5. Nice flavour to it, and that little chilli zing was a revelation. The shepherd's pie, really flavoursome, really good mash, some nice chunks of lamb as I got through the dish. Enjoyed it. The sticky toffee, bit of a letdown. Microwave pudding, butterscotch sauce rather than a toffee sauce. But, you know, tasty enough, I guess. The service has been good, yeah, really, really helpful. Guillermo has looked after me today, and he seems a really nice guy. So, no problems with that whatsoever. So, I think if we extrapolate that out, what are we looking at? About a 3.5, 3.6 out of 5? I know it's not the greatest score in the world, but for a Gordon Ramsay place that I've reviewed, that's as high as it's got. Was everything perfect? No. Was everything the best I've ever had of any of those dishes? No. But it was decent enough. By Gordon Ramsay standards, not crazy expensive either. So, Julius, what do you think? Put your hands up if you think this is a good place to come and eat. You do? Fair enough. Like I say, 3.5 out of 5. Does it get Greeno's green light? Do you know what? Just. I would say based on the main course and the starter, I would come and eat them, no problem. The dessert, nah, not so much. Probably pick something else there, but yeah, everything else, impressed enough that we will just about give it a green light. Well done, Gordon. So if you've enjoyed this video of me reviewing Gordon Ramsay pub and grill in Caesars here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Don't forget to click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help with the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to take a little look through some of the playlists. There is a US playlist up now, various other playlists. See what else you enjoy, and if you do enjoy videos, click the subscribe button, ding your bell for notifications, yada 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 yada. Hopefully enough of you will watch this, because obviously it's cost me a lot of money to come all the way to Atlantic City. We need the YouTube ad revenue to kick in to pay for the trip. Anyway, it is what it is. Where will I be next? Good question, good question. You have to wait and see and find out, won't you? I'll see you next time, folks.